do a few messages and get these things out of the way. Actually, why don't you say hello?
Hi.
Hi there. You're really here.
We really are.
We got Lowell an amplifier that will kill all amplifiers. I want you to know that we got Lowell a Silvertone amp.
It's terrible. It's perfect.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I gotta check these mics here. When you want to talk, you're gonna want to get a little closer to the mics. When you play, we can adjust them.
How about like that?
That amp that you're playing through, I want you to know, was the amp that was used by the Kingsmen to record Louie Louie. That's the was it? That's the same amp in the garage.
What a history!
The
one that was in the garage.
That's right.
The Kingsmen.
That happens to be the same amp.
This is the hottest amp in the world. That record has sold more copies.
Well, I'm going to play it for you before you leave.
Louie?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I can tell you are. Let's do a few commercials here and get these things out of the way, and we'll be back with Lowell George and Linda Ronstadt very live.
Hey, Sam Clayton and Paul Barrera of Little Feet. WHFS, Bethesda, MD.
Linda, you were in town. You were sick right after that last concert that you did. You were feeling lousy.
Listen, I was sick during that concert. I think I made the whole audience sick.
I don't know. That's not what I heard, but I'm glad
It sounded awful. I was so embarrassed to be standing up there singing. I had to do 2 shows. I had the flu, real bad flu, you know. I couldn't sing at all.
Yeah. So what do? I mean, you just grin and bear it and do it.
Well, I just did that one because I was there, and I thought, well, I'm just being a prima donna. You know, I can go down there and sing. And I got on stage, and I felt like a jerk. But so I canceled the other 3 concerts that were on the end of the tour that they nailed on the end. Those slave drivers, God, trying to get blood out of us.
Such a fine band you have together, though, with Sneaky Pete and everyone. It's just
Oh, they play real good. Well, we got to be where we could play pretty good by the end of the tour, you know. It's just that I was real mad. I was really looking forward to this gig, particularly because this is my favorite town.
Why don't you get us one? It's nice.
Oh, that's great. And Listener Auditorium is a great place to play, you know. And we had the music everybody knew everything, but after 2 months, you know, we just play it just right.
So you were traveling in a bus, too? You were traveling in a bus? You weren't,
Oh, yeah, we had this bus, and it was great. Me and Jackson.
So you weren't like flying in a plane and stuff. You were on the road. You were actually driving places.
Right, but it's the first time I've ever done it in a bus, but God, I'll never do it any other way again, you know. It's just, you get about 3 times as much rest, and you don't have to have that horrible sinus trouble all the time going up and down in airplanes.
I know what you mean.
Plus, I've been doing it for a long time, but I never gotten over being afraid of it, you know.
The plane thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a devout coward.
But they're terrible.
And they wreck your stuff, you know. They throw your instruments around, or they send them to some other town, and you get there and you don't have anything to play on. And so you end up paying the money that you have to spend to get to the gig, and then you don't get paid.
Lowell, on the other hand, loves airplanes.
Oh, little ones.
Do you really?
He likes the fun you put together with airplane glue.
Yeah, airplane glue is
little paper ones. You happen to bring your guitar with you, and we'll get you that fine amp.
It's an excellent amplifier.
Heck of an amp, isn't it?
It's one of the newer silver. No, it's the old Silvertone model.
Money can't buy those amps today, you know.
That's it.
Kind of what?
Thank you.
Can you sing a song?
It's the Ed Sullivan Show, folks. Thank you very much. Yes, you can sing a song. The airways are yours.
Why don't you sing kind of what?
You can do whatever you would like to do. You might want to bring...
Yes?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you might want to get on top of those microphones a little bit more.
I said, blowing away, it's a cruel reality, and keep me from it's a whole storm. Suspicion has crept in and ruined my life. I'm mixed up in hassle and woe. Well, now it's pure indignation. It's just another sensation. You know, I'm not alive.
But the boy keeps on calling for more. Yes, and my sweet China white, she ain't had a night. Oh, and love has robbed me blind. And my sweet China white, she ain't had a night. Oh, and cocaine has robbed me blind. I said, blow away, this a cruel reality. Yes, and keep me from its stone. Oh, and my sweet China white, she ain't had a night. Oh, and morphine has robbed me blind.
Wow.
No second verse, but that's pretty good.
That's all right. You just sang the first one twice.
It's all right. It's all right. Considering the equipment up here tonight, I tell you.
Now, this is usually, as a matter of fact, I record with a little tiny amplifier.
Do you record? If you see those little pig nose amps,
Oh, yeah.
those are incredible.
They're nice to take on the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're good to take in the hotel room, too.
Yeah.
they're good in a flashlight battery, right?
About 8 of them, I think.
Oh, is that many?
Yeah, but it's, it's okay. You can plug them in, too. It was, all those guitar player freaks in Los Angeles, because they'd keep having to fly to the East Coast to play concerts, and they would want to take an amplifier with them, and they could, you take a big amp, and you have to have a case and packing, and you get it on an airplane, and somebody loses it or grinds it to pieces.
You had a bunch of guitars stolen from you,
Well,
didn't you?
actually, they sent them to Puerto Rico, and then I told them I had Puerto Ricans in my building, and they sent them back, so everything was all right.
They get a tan? The guitars get a tan when they're down?
Oh, well, actually, they wound up in the L.A. airport in a shed.
Nice.
So
nice.
whatever good that was done them was, the vitamin D coursing through their veins,
Meantime, we got a whole bunch of new guitars to replace them.
Right. So,
I was really surprised to see you playing like a new guitar for some reason. And that is a new guitar, isn't it?
it's relatively new. Listen, every time I turn around, I have a guitar stolen. So I figured what I would do is get a production line.
We're stealing the one that you've got.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
They ought to make that a hanging crime, I think. People that steal musical instruments, boy. Hang them by their thumbs for about 4 days.
Yeah, really.
That'll teach them.
They used to do that to people.
Linda's real pleasant, also. She's got a real,
A stern sense of justice.
really.
Listen, I wanted to ask you, Lowell, where did you grow up? Like, who did you listen to when you were a little kid, when you were sitting around with a radio and stuff?
Well, I
He
can...
played the harmonica a lot.
Oh,
Tell me about him.
He listened to the harmonica cats.
I did. I had to listen, yeah.
You're sick.
I know. It was rough. Well, see, my mother didn't know. She took me to this. His name was, it wasn't Louie. His name was,
Spanish Johnny.
no, it was a man with two first names.
Check Willie.
Close enough.
Okay.
Like William, right? William Williams. And she took me to this man and said, "Oh, I know what your boy needs. He needs harmonica lessons. I have one right here." And they broke out the harmonicas and said, "Oh, here's a good one. It's just his right side. 5 years old. It fits in his face." So that fits. Right. It's Anyway, I started.
Harmonica.
It's him. So I started playing harmonica. And as a matter of fact,
Spain, right?
huh?
Lady of Spain, right?
No, it was the first one I learned was "Peg in My Heart."
Oh, right.
Da, 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 da.
It's a heck of a tune.
Yeah, my brother, who was like 5 years older and 3 feet taller, got to play the chord harmonica, which he hated. I mean, he didn't want to do it. It was a bad gig and a punk jump, and decided that, I was getting playing lead, right? And he was older, and he should have been playing lead, and so there was already enmity.
Lead harmonica.
Right. We had to wear these funny little suits. I wasn't old enough to know any better, like, "Oh, not again. Shine your shoes." And we played for hospitals and stuff, and then we played for the Al Jarvis show, which was the Los Angeles version of the Ted Mack Hour, an amateur hour.
Nice show.
And Al Jarvis also, after that went defunct, began doing a teen dance show, which started a lot of people in music. Got, like, for instance, Johnny Otis got his big start from the Al Jarvis show. But before he really got people together, he did an amateur hour. And as a matter of fact, Frank Zappa was a ventriloquist when he was young. When he was like 7, and
he's no dummy.
Right, he had a puppet, and did a show.
Don't hit the Michael.
Oh, I'm sorry. And we lost to a tap dancer. We both lost.
Frank Zappa were on the show together.
Same show, yeah.
That's great.
And we both lost out to two girls from Anaheim.
Never mind. You ended up writing songs like "Kiss It Off," so you can't be all bad.
Well, right.
Can you tell us about that song at all, or do you want to just? That's an interesting song.
Well, it's real political.
It takes a lot of listenings to get it, but I finally get it.
Yeah, I don't sing. I don't enunciate. Linda has been telling me I don't enunciate.
You don't.
I do it on purpose. I'm trying to sound...
Enunciate.
You're not even doing it there.
Enunciate? Enunciate,
Yeah,
pardon me. It
enunciate.
depends on... I forgot, we're in Bethesda.
You got it.
Yeah, I thought that song was a love song. It turns out it was about President Nixon.
It is?
It is about President Nixon. Let's give that a listen. This is Little Feat. Tune called "Kiss It Off." That's an outrageous tune. Okay, you don't enunciate, Lowell.
I know. I was in this recording studio that had guards at the doors. I was afraid they were going to come and get me. It's a real.
What you say there? You say "Milk Toast Hitler."
Yeah,
right?
Milk Toast Hitler.
I thought it was Milk Toast Love.
Yeah, it's a milk.
That's a nice image.
Really far out.
That's a nice image.
I had a few of those.
Yeah.
With a sword of fire. Yeah, that would be good.
I was listening last night, Linda, to some Stone Ponies records.
Oh, how embarrassing.
No, let me tell you something.
You're a brave soul.
Let me tell you something. No, you have gotten so good. I mean, I've always liked your music.
What a nice way to say that you've come a long way.
No, I didn't say that. You did that, no. But listen, people,
I used to listen to those records when we ran out of sleeping pills.
No, but you, really, on the new album is just, let me just say that it really is lovely. I really,
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. It was so hard to make. I thought I'd talk about having guards at the
Get a little closer to the microphone now.
I said it was so hard to make, talking about having guards at the doors. They just shoved us in there and said, "Don't come out until it's finished."
Yeah.
And we just had to go in there and just thrash it out. We didn't know what we were doing.
Seemed to be awfully good from not knowing what you were doing. It sure came out nice.
Oh, we made so many mistakes.